Jorge Renaud.
Good afternoon, Chairman Williams, members of the committee. My testimony will be a little bit more personal, not as numbers driven. Maybe you'll appreciate that. I don't know. I'm a policy analyst with the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition.
Please state your name and who you
I'm sorry, my name is Jorge Renaud, and I am a policy analyst with the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition. I'm here to talk to you today and hoping that you will consider the funds that TCJC, the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, has requested for its reentry and parole program, specifically for its reentry. I have a personal history in this. I am on parole until the year 2051 for a robbery I committed in 1991. That was my third time in prison. I have re-entered twice unsuccessfully, and this time I hope I'm much more successful. And if you would point to a story, the person that you said had re-entered successfully, you might want to point me out. I don't know. I just graduated from the University of Texas with a Master's of Social Work, and I have a job dealing with the very administrators who once made sure that I was stayed in their institution. But I was lucky. I had a cadre of friends and family who were with me. And while I was down for those 27 years, I met hundreds of people down there who I think who had no ambition, who had no life, who had no family, who had nothing at all to help them. And it's taken me 5 years to get a truck. It's taken me 5 years to get an apartment. And I've tried, and I have references, and I have a job. I have good references, and I don't know how true that is for the 70,000 men and women who are getting out of prison every year. Whether or not they have the people to rely on, the references, the job history, the educational history that I have. They don't have the socialization skills. They can't access online media. They can't access online employment application forms. They don't have the social skills that will allow them to communicate their needs to the agencies that are committed to provide them social services. The only entity in this state that can provide them with those skills is the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And I think the $4.1 million that they're asking in order to set up viable, meaningful reentry programs for those people are an incredible investment. And I would not have thought 20 years ago that I would be sitting here asking you to give money to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Believe me. But I've come to understand that you can't just expect people to walk into that violent institution, right? To have them adopt those skills that they need in order to survive in there, and then come out with my brother died when I was in prison, without having the family to support them, without having friends, with having poor social skills than they had when they went in, with having the barriers that had been erected in the state that prevent them from gaining licenses, that will prevent them from working, that will prevent them from living in apartment complexes, and truly expect them to be productive members of the society. And these are the people who are going to live next to you. I could live next to you if I could get an apartment that would rent next to me. They could rent to me next to you, but I don't know if they will. I have to live on a side of town that perhaps other people won't want to live in. But I accept that as part of the consequences of my actions and my history. And I just hope that you will please look at TDCJ's request.
We've been working on that licensing issue to try to make sure that some of those who get out of being locked up have a chance to, second chance in life. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
And,